Season 2 of Arcane was really cool in a lot of ways, but I think that they fundamentally misrepresented Buddhism and spirituality through Viktor's story arc and character. You know, his rise to being a prophet, and the story that they tell is sort of about, like, you know, how identity is really important, and it's what makes us human. And to remove that and to, you know, find the grand truth of the universe is something that actually is almost less meaningful than genuine human connection and emotion, which I can understand this viewpoint, right? I can understand where it comes from, but it is limited. It is limited in what people's understanding of enlightenment is, because spirituality is an experience, not something you can philosophically think about or reach. And this is why. Because in the truth of the universe, in real life, where you can meditate and you can become happier and more grounded and more aware, you include every aspect of experience. The fundamentality of truth is not without the wholeness of your identity, the wholeness of the human condition, the wholeness of relationships. You do not transcend your identity by erasing it or by outcasting it. You transcend your identity because you realize your identity was there to keep you safe from the universe, is there to serve you because you don't want to feel pain, because you want to feel pleasure. Your identity is the spoon that gives you the parts of experience that you would like and keeps you away from the parts you don't. When you trust experience for all that it is and are open to feeling all that it is, the fundamental truth of everything, your identity dissolves. Not because you have hatred for it or contentment for it, but because you don't need it any longer. The reason that you had it exist in the first place, you trust the universe as it is. You feel no need to force things to be this way or force things to be that way. And so you realize there is no fundamental nature of your identity to begin with. That's the doctrine of no self. Not that there is no experience of the self and you have no identity. That's what Arcane represented it as. That's not what it is. It's that there's no fundamental truth of your identity. Your identity is real, but it is dissectable, and you can peel back the layers and the parts, and you can see that you act this way because you are scared of intimacy. You act this way because you can't let go of, pleasure or hedonism. So realistically, when somebody achieves this sort of like prophet state or this enlightened state, they heal people. They heal people of their identities and of the things that they have been through. And there is a bliss for everyone. And there is no bitterness or sadness and, look at all this individuality that's been erased. It is accepted and transcended and like baked into the wholeness of the truth of everything. It is not left out. It is not like you escape, the way it's portrayed in Arcane is it like this form of escapism, right? Like, we want to be anything but human. But being human in all of our emotions and in all of our qualities is what life is all about. That's what spirituality in real life actually is. It's about accepting that identity and moving through it wholly in every piece and every part. I get kind of frustrated when I watch that because, him and Jace have their moment at the end, and that's really touching. And there is, a real part of experience that Viktor's character arc touches on, which is, the false prophet and pseudo spirituality, where you do believe in spirituality as some sort of escape. But I think that it misrepresents it to a lot of people in a way that I just so consistently see people having an intuitive understanding of Buddhism about. Everybody, every time that I bring up these concepts, always has these immediate questions of like, well, I like my identity. Well, I don't want to. This seems soulless. This seems, empty. They don't see that it's actually the utmost appreciation of and deepest wisdom of the human experience. They say it is like this escapism. And I guess I just wanted to make this, 6-minute rant clarifying that, because it's just not true in so many ways. Anyways. Yeah, maybe I'll cover more reviews of media. I love you all.